And welcome back to part 2 of round 4, the sprint race here at Monza. We've done the sprint race, we're now here for the 50% race. 27 laps of Monza. If you missed the sprint race, then it will be under another video. We had to do a restart due to a lobby glitch. If you missed it, and you're watching this back, if you're watching this not live and you missed it, spoiler alert, Tutti Boy won the race, followed by Errol in second, and Liam finished in third. It was a reverse championship grid, and this is how they finished. Everyone below Nico Zora, DNF, and that was the order they retired in. Everyone is on the intermediates because it is raining. It makes sense, and it should, in theory, hopefully dry up towards the end of this race. The predicted pit stop strategy, as shown on the screen, is a one stop from Inter to Inter, but we know that might not be the case because the rain is there to stop at some point. If you missed the last one, I went through the track facts and I'm not going through them again because I've removed them from my screen. But anyway, just gotta wait for the drivers to line up on the grid and hopefully we'll be racing.
Waiting 3 or 4 minutes on the grid. But anyway, it's a very kind of a medium length, I should say, run down to turn 1. So obviously you want to get a good start here, so we will see a bit of a tenacious activity hopefully for the drivers here. So let's see, how will the drivers fare here? Obviously Castengle will try and look for a better start than which he had in the sprint race, especially because he hit the rear of a driver and unfortunately got wing damage, but virtual safety car and a full course safety car obviously aided him. But anyway, we're now hopefully going into the start of this race.
And I was just about to say, oh no, but there is still a Haas who hasn't made it to his grid spot left.
Going in.
Need the lucky Imola Cat to travel to Monza.
Acadabra.
We've got the grid loading in on the right. We didn't quite get that far last time,
Everything's
I think.
glitching up, so it's working.
Oh, please.
No, please.
No. Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Art.
Yes. For all 5 lights. And it's a long hold, but it's the lights out, and away we go for round 4 here at Monza. There's a laggy Alpine in the middle of the house, and the McLaren has not got a good start, losing the rear from the start. He's lost 7, 8, 9, 10 positions in the run down towards turn 1. Who's going to be latest on the break? End plate's already been flown. Everywhere there's a Williams that's tagged, a Red Bull. I think that's Jutsukev on EGM called as the McLaren. Tutti Boy goes in through a few cars, and Williams, AlphaTauri goes ahead of the 3 cars in the wall. There's a McLaren, a Ferrari, a Red Bull and an Alpine in the wall. One's got no front wing. Apologies to the Pirelli sponsored barrier, and they've got a virtual safety car before turn 3. It's been upgraded to a full course safety car after 3 cars got tangled up with each other on the exit of turn 2. One of them's got no front wing. The others, no. We've had a Mugello and we haven't even got started. Alexander's hit the back of, I think it was the Red Bull or the Aston Martin. Oh dear. Oh, that's not great.
Damage to the diffuser.
We got a Ferrari with no front wing. There's a Red Bull with no front wing. We could see a few cars into the pits at the end of this lap. I think this might be an Alpine with possibly no front wing or half a front wing. I don't know who else has lost a front wing, but I think there's a lot more due for a pit stop at the opening lap. There's another Alpine of Jutsukev with completely no front wing.
Lucas has got lost an end plate. I'm not sure about Tutti, but I think something fell off his car. No, I don't think anything has. But it can possibly happen. But let's see who dives into this. But currently, surprisingly, Liam leads this Grand Prix, so that is a very good start from him. And now Apex Royal Pits, and now we'll expect to see Mason. Is he going to the pits? He is. He's got damage. Lucas follows him in. I think it was a bit of a contact, I believe, between Lucas and Mason for a second, but I don't think anything happened. Dutch Musso as well as EJM will follow Mason and Lucas going into the pit, as well as Jutsukev who's going into the pits here. So And now the safety car is out after 3 or 4 corners. Absolute chaos here. 3 cars into the wall and a lot of crashes here. Only one retiree, unfortunately, of Alexander, who started from first, I believe, in the sprint race, but it all went downwards when the entire weekend went. But Castengel up to third now, so Castengel has been keeping his front wing intact. But we've got now 26 laps left in this Grand Prix, and we'll probably expecting to see the safety car probably in next lap. So we'll see how will the safety car react to this. But everyone should catch up in a space of 1 lap, so we'll see how will everyone get on. But as you can see, there's a bit of carnage, or chaos I should say, already on just the penultimate straight here before Parabolica, or some people call it a different corner name, which I entirely forgot. But there's some drivers that are going side by side here, because some drivers might be going a bit slow, and obviously, hopefully, the safety car will go at a very good speed. As you can see, it is going at a good speed, so it's great to see. Yeah,
just to run it back from the start, we had Tutti Boy, I think, was starting on the front row of the grid. He had a bad start, fell to about 10th place, and by the time the leaders got to turn 1, someone had already lost their front wing. Oh no, it's just lag. There was an Alpine of Nico Zora hitting both barriers. I thought that was an Alpine spinning off, but so yeah, there was already contact towards the back before the leaders got to turn 1. Then I think there was a Williams that went late on the brakes, hit a Red Bull. There was a McLaren that went off as well. 3 cars then tried going wheel to wheel on the exit of turn 1. That didn't work. They all went off into the barrier. And then in the run down towards turn 4, then I think there were yellow flags, because obviously the BSC had been brought out. I think the drivers started slowing down not to hit the back of everyone. And then we had Alexander, who didn't quite see the traffic in front, going through turn 3 and then hit the back of one of the 5 or 6 cars in front of him, but I'm not too sure which one it was. I think it might have been Robert Godfather, but don't hold me to that one. So everyone below Robert Godfather has made a pit stop. In theory, they don't need to pit again, but they most certainly will do, because apparently it is set to dry up, and I know that because I made it do that. Safety car in this lap. We've got 1 driver with a penalty. That's got to be a first thing for everyone, and we're on lap 3 of 27. The Mercedes will pull into the pits and let the Aston Martin go freely on its way, with all 18 drivers still in this race. 17 drivers behind him. Get a bit of wheel baptism in there. Let's have a look at the biggest gainers actually from lap 1 quickly before we get restarted. Adidas up 10 places, and Firestone up 8. EGM Corn and Dutch Musso down 12 as they go wheel to wheel through the Ascari chicane. Safety car pulls into the pits. Liam's going to leave this late. This is going to be fun. And he's away, and it's almost double file. Here goes Castengel now on the outside of Aaron. Hopefully he sees him there on the left-hand side. This could be an airborne crash. If he doesn't, he's on the grass trying to go round the outside. As there's a Williams trying to go down the inside. Castengel's missed his braking point. There's sparks flying up from the underneath of a McLaren. I think that's Tutti Boy. Castengel getting a bit out of shape. I thought someone lost the rear. I think that's the McLaren just getting back in the slipstream tow. There's an Alpha Tauri and a McLaren going side by side. Now a Haas going wheel to wheel with Kiwi. Jutsi Kev up ahead of Apex, now challenging on Liam. Someone's off. There's an Alpine pushing a Haas down at turn 3. Kanan's off Adidas up into 6th place, and I think everyone has survived. The safety car restart. Jan soon going well towards an Alfa Romeo, and there's the Haas on the inside. As I say, some survived. Tutti Boy's gone off. I don't know who's going wheel to wheel. The tyres keep changing. Jan soon now down to 8th place. Jutsi Kev up to 7th. There's an Alpine off. Oh my! And the Mercedes might be back out on track. Indeed it is. That is a lot of debris. It's dry.
I'm getting flashbacks. But it's a safety car, and
the rain stopped.
This is giving me which is great news. It's getting dried up, but I'm getting flashbacks. Some people might ask why. Is that so fine? Why are you getting flashbacks? Because I went in a one-off race once. Natty was in it. Our France. There was 5 safety cars.
What's happening out in front? Tootsie Boy's gone from about 6th to 2nd.
Oh, about that, he went on the gravel. That was
left.
desync. He's disconnected. I think I have him on my friend list, so I will hopefully try and get
the
him
invite
now.
should still be there in the PlayStation chat because I invited the group, so it should still be active. 4 drivers, so I think made the pit stop. We're now in again for a second pit stop in this race. But the main cause of that, I think, was Nico Zora going wheel to wheel with, I think it was one of the Red Bulls, must have been Apex, on the exit of the second Lesmo. Must have been the Alpine's rear left, hitting.
Tootsie Boys joined back.
Hitting the other. Yeah, I think it was Apex because there was an Alpine and a Red Bull in the wall. That caused the Alpine to swipe across the Red Bull, kind of like Grosjean in Bahrain. And as they hit the wall, because the wall is so close to the track at this part of the circuit, they all rubber banded back onto effectively the racing line. And because it's a safety car restart, everyone's close together. The Ferrari and Kiwi got caught up in it as well. Right on board with someone's Xify, and you won't see any raindrops.
Yeah.
It's an interesting
but
twist.
To my screen is still raindrops, but it's a bug because I have experienced it.
Hello, Kiwi
I've
on the
experienced
softs.
Yep. Oh wow, the AlphaTauri master plan and.
Let's have a look. I think it's too early based on the fact he's not caught up to EGM Cool.
The track is still too damp.
Yeah, you can see Lucas trying to get a move on here. Please don't take it. Don't another. But actually, having said that, by the time if he does catch up, the safety car's doing another lap. They're not going around particularly quickly. There's not a lot of spray.
So maybe Kiwi is gambling here a lot. Here because he'll definitely need to make another soft. There's no way he'll be doing 21 laps on a soft unless he transforms into a Sergio Perez
or an Alex Albon.
Or Alex, Alex Albon.
He's not gaining on the safety car. He's gone wide. Lucas has gone through, lets him back through. But if he can't catch up to the safety car, look. Well, I mean, he's gaining now. The gap's coming. I think it's. Hang on. I think we're nearly there. I think we're nearly there. He's gaining a lot of time now. I know we're down a straight, but he's dropping Lucas. Look at the gap between him and Lucas. Oh, he's gone deep into turn 1 though. But does he gain the time on Lucas?
Signs. Yeah, I think it's now equal. I think
we're at the crossover point under the safety car.
This is a massive gamble here from GNR Kiwi. This could absolutely benefit him, and if he does, he's definitely. Well, that should definitely go down if it's maybe like a video that one of the most smartest strategies in Gavra racing history, and then definitely that will be in number 5 or higher. But definitely that's a great strategy from Kiwi though. But let's see, will it pay off? It all depends if the rain, the algorithm of co-masters and the safety cars in this lap, Natty.
Well.
So now this is where it all goes down here. So lap 6 now, we're just about to approach lap 7. Liam now will become the de facto safety car. You'll see the safety car drifting off in the distance, and now Liam will try and get a good start here. He's already done once. Will he do 2 out of 2 here, Natty? And let's see.
I don't know. I think if the safety car wasn't on track and we were racing, I think it'd still be intermediate conditions. But having been under the safety car, if Kiwi can keep within 20 seconds of the car in front, he will be technically leading this race because he's on the soft tyres and it's getting dry. Aaron's overtaken Liam before the safety car line. They're in the pits. They're in the pits at half the grid, coming into the pits. Caden now leads this race from the restart. Adidas up into second place, getting the jump on Cash Dengel, who's now under pressure from Jutsikev. Only 6 or 7 drivers coming to the pits. They're 3 wide going in towards turn 1 as Cash Dengel trying to go round the outside of Jutsikev. Does so, but Kanan's gone off. Kanan's gone deep at turn 1. He's going to lose time. He's going to lose the position to Cash Dengel, who goes through on the inside and up into the lead of the race. Jutsikev now side by side with Adidas through Kerber Grande. Had to think there for a second. And Adidas on the inside. Cash with a
For a-
penalty
for
that
a
could be
yellow
removed,
flag.
but he's going to pit. He's gone over the sausage curb. He's taken air. He's in the gravel. That could leave him under pressure from Kanan. He defends the inside line. Elias now on the inside of Jutsikhev. These two still going wheel to wheel. The House on the inside of the Alpine. Yellow flags for someone. Too sure. Could have been the Ferrari or the Mercedes.
Ferrari. Lucas, I think. He's dropped massively here.
They all survived through the second Lesmo. Look at Kiwi.
Look at Kiwi.
Kiwi is, I think it thrives. Look at the gamble that he's been able to pull off. Going in towards the Ascari chicane. Dutch Musa defending from EGM called, maintains 6th position or gets up into 6th position. But look at the grip that Kiwi has on the soft compound tyres through Ascari. He's now alongside the sister team in the Red Bull of EGM called the current championship leader, being overtaken, and he's been a little bit wise by going to the inside at the final corner, because I think everyone on the green striped Inters will be pulling into that pit lane. Indeed they do, and it's a double stack from... Oh no, sorry, just Kevin with the Alpine, not the Williams. Kiwi leads this race by some margin. Well, Apex hasn't pit yet, but
by
when he does,
seconds.
he will.
Wait, we'll see. So, currently, as some drivers going on the mediums, so Nats, you've got a bit of a strategy mixture here. Could you see maybe anyone going on the hard, but I really doubt it.
I think they could maybe stretch mediums to the end as they snake out the pit lane, single file. It's going to be close between the Alfa Romeo, the Williams and the Ferrari. Kanan's gone deep in towards turn 1. He's missed his braking point. The Alfa Romeo and the Alpine fly through on the inside. It could even be vulnerable to EGM call as they make their way in towards turn 4. I don't think the Red Bull is close enough, but look at the time that Apex is losing to
he's
Kiwi.
losing so much.
And, well, I personally didn't think it was going to work. Kanan's lost it, and I think that was a reset to track on the exit of turn 4/5. Stewards will need to just double check that. It appeared that way from my end.
Yeah. And look at Yanzu here trying to look to get a move on Robert Godfather here. He's got a nice slipstream here, so it's going to be a fight for 14th place here in this race. And now, as you can see, Yanzu with a fantastic slipstream and the overspeed, and now he's going to go down the inside of the Ascari chicane. He's going to try and hold the McLaren ahead, and he dips into the into 14th place and gets ahead of Robert Godfather. Nice move there from Yanzu, goes up into 14th. But now the current gap is 11 seconds from him to Liam here, so absolutely colossal margin here between Kiwi and Liam. Just shows how good of a strategy Kiwi's currently putting up for himself. But this is getting a very, very, very interesting one, as Tiresome Space has a bit of problems there going into turns 1 and 2. They're having a little bit of oversteer with Royal Rumble. Now gonna have a big slipstream. Tiresome Space, I think, has made another mistake. As you can see, look at Royal Rumble absolutely going past the Alfa Romeo. As now the Alfa Romeo is diving back on the inside, and a Royal Rumble is forced to leave the track. They're still side by side, going now through the Lesmo 1, and it's going to be Tiresome Space confidently taking the position. There will be Royal Rumble taking the DRS into Lesmo 2, and now it's going to be who will be ahead after the Ascari chicane. And now, as you can see, they're side by side. Royal Rumble is ahead, but will Tiresome Space look for a move here? And now there's yellow flags, and that's Castengo retiring with EGM Cool.
Oh, there's a massive crash. Tyres everywhere. EGM Cool.
Oh wow,
we've got the third safety car, and I don't know what's gone on there.
Wow. I think they've made contact.
They must have made contact halfway down the straight. Castango was left. Was halfway down the straight. Maybe someone's. There's a little bit of barrier that sticks out under the bridge. Maybe someone was squeezed into that. There was a tyre in the middle of the circuit. The things I was going to say are now completely undone.
Damage.
Someone had wing damage, because I saw Apex end plate on the Apex of turn 1. Kiwi's master strategy has now just been thrown in the toilets, because I was going to say this race is going to be interesting, because technically Kiwi and Liam still have to pit. There's no way, I don't think, softs can go to the end. Fresh softs get against the mediums, because I think the mediums could go to the end from here. Was going to make for a very entertaining end to the race had there been no safety car. The gaps was still really close to each other. They're now going to be even closer because we've got a safety car. 3 crashes, 4 DNFs, 3 safety cars in 10 laps, and a restart. What more can you add? But we've had overtakes, and then...
yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, it could be the changeable conditions, maybe trying to get used to the wet from the dry and then vice versa from the sprint. Could be some drivers running wet setups or dry setups in the wet. Who knows? Kiwis into the pits. I'm going to guess mediums, but I've been proven wrong.
Yes.
In the past.
So yeah, Liam will go in. No, he's actually not going to go into the pits, and now Liam will bolt past GNRQ. But Kiwi will now not need to pit. Tootie Boy, will he get ahead of the AlphaTauri? It's going to be close, or maybe I said it was close, as he's clearly ahead. But that is very, very big here, and that could cause some controversy here. And now EJM Cool, the championship leader, I think colliding with Castangle. They're on the second DRS straight, and they've made, I think, contact. They might have maybe squeezed each other, and then big friction occurs. So yeah, now Liam once again leads this race, but is currently at a strategical disadvantage, as now this is where it will be very important for Liam to take care of the tyres. But we'll see how will he do here, as now it's getting a bit more dry now. It's definitely 100% dry. Hopefully it won't rain, that would just be too much, definitely. But we've got 4 drivers out, unfortunately. 2 of them are drivers who are incredibly fast, and definitely we're looking for a very good finish, but both of them, I think, have collided. So very unfortunate for Castangle there. He's done a really good race, but unlucky for him, and that is going to be 7th there for Castangle. Unfortunately a DNF, so not really going to be his cup of tea today. But let's see, will now GNR Kiwi, his teammate, be waving the AlphaTauri flag here? And let's see, will AlphaTauri win here in Monza here? Hopefully they will. But now we've got around 1 more lap, maybe, or 2, until the safety car will peel back in, hopefully for the last time in this Grand Prix.
Well, we've still got plenty of action, more to come. We're not even halfway through this race yet. Lap 12 of 27, and the championship leader out of this race. There seems to be a recurring theme of F1 and sprint races, and the championship leaders being involved in some sort of accident. Kanan, runner-up in the championship, though. He's had a fairly quiet race in 8th place so far, or nothing noticeable per se. But we should get the safety car in this lap. Adidas has pitted for mediums, and he's just caught the back of Dutch Musso in his Ferrari. We've got a mix between medium and soft compound tyres. 4 have opted for the softs, everyone else on the mediums. I'm not sure the softs will make it to the end, and I made the mistake last season in the Premier Series by staying out under the first safety car, pitting later for softs because I started on the mediums, and I just couldn't catch up. It's not one of those, Monza's not really one of those technical tracks where you can take advantage of the soft compounded tyres like you can at other tracks like USA or Mexico, where the tyres make a bigger difference. There is the message from race control. The safety car will be pulling into the pits at the end of this lap, and I think we've had more laps under the safety car than racing laps. This would make it the 8th or 9th lap, if averaging 3 laps under a safety car. And we're 12 laps into this race. Robert Codfather getting past Kanan a little bit too early. He gives the position back, though. Hopefully we don't get no penalties dished out. Liam once again becomes the de facto safety car, weaving to generate some heat into those red striped soft compounder tyres. When will he decide to go? Will he go now? Is he going to wait for the line? It looks like he has gone. Yes, indeed he has. We are racing for the 3rd time here in Monza. It's a good start from Liam. Tootie Boy under pressure from Kiwi behind in 3rd place. Which way is he going to go? The McLaren now on the inside, defending from the AlphaTauri, who now has the inside line for turn 2. Right, it's a bit of too much of the curve. Jutsu kept trying to set himself up for a move on Royal Rumble out to the outside of turn 3. Can he find the grip he needs? And the overspeed from the exit of turn 2 to get ahead. Not on this occasion. He's going to tuck back into the slipstream and save it for another time. Dr. Musso getting ahead of Tyson in the battle for 12th place. The Alfa Romeo backing off in the end, and that's the chance that Dutsukev needed. Gets up into 4th place ahead of the Aston Martin. We got there eventually, but in the end he couldn't quite fight back as a huge snap of oversteer. Mason's now up in the wall. He's lost his front wing and his front right tyre. Doesn't look like though.
Please.
It doesn't look like it's gonna. Oh Jesus. Oh.
No.
I shouldn't have said anything. I should have just kept my mouth shut.
Alright, so I've got some news which could interest a lot of people here. So what happened to Castaing? Because I just got a hold of him. So basically what happened is before the bridge, apparently he turned in, EJM Cool has turned in on Castangle on a straight line. He turned in on him, apparently, according to Castangle, but definitely, hopefully, if Castangle or EJM Cool are willing to claim it, then the stewards will definitely look at that one. But that is very interesting, though, of how that happened. I will definitely have to see. But maybe EJM Cool maybe just turned in a bit too much and didn't see Castangle there. He was pretty much on his rear right tyre, so very unfortunate there for Castangle. But they're both of them out of this race.
Oh, hang on a minute. Is that an Alpha? No, never mind.
But this is especially a good time for Liam and Royal Rumble, because Liam has obviously skipped the safety car pit stop and he's actually pitted this safety car. So Liam is having a very good having quite good luck in this race. If I'm being honest, really good luck there from him. But obviously, let's see, will he drive now to the line here? Definitely will be interesting. Jutikev now into P2 here, Natty. So definitely a good sign for him after unfortunately retiring from the sprint race earlier on. Robert Koffler currently 5th, and I hope he's going to fight for the win here, because obviously we all know a tradition in Gavra that we always support Robert Koffler, whether you like it or not. So yeah, we always support Robert Koffler here, currently in the Mercedes. He's going to try and settle for a good position here, hopefully in the points, because obviously in the freshman league last season we done the freshman league and he was, I believe, in the top 7 if I'm not correct. Someone's in the pit, that's Adidas. I think he might have got front damage here, Natty. So the Haas crew preparing, yes, another new front wing here for Adidas. Now this could be very interesting here to see what happened, but maybe he might have hit someone. But anyway, now hopefully this will be now the last lap of the safety car, and then we'll get on with the race, hopefully now for the final time. It's getting a bit sunny, but my monitor has got a bit of a different light, so it might be completely different to some people's different views on stream. But yeah, that is going to be another safety car, hopefully not a 5th safety car, because we could hit a record 6. I think the record is 5 right now, like at the top of my head. So 5 safety cars. Right now I've got 4, so we'll see what will happen in the future here. We've got 13 laps left to go in this race, so there's a bit of time left on the table here. Let's see, will anyone try and make some overtakes? This is especially good for Kanan here and Natty, because now the safety car's coming in this lap. So GNR Kiwi, I'm sorry about that, is now with the AlphaTauri full of dirt there, as you can see on the engine, and now he's going to become the de facto safety car, and let's see what he will do now, and hopefully there won't be chaos. And now let's see what will happen And now this will be a very interesting start here because Liam is not leading now. It's going to be Kiwi for now, but we'll see what happens in the run down to turn 1.
This is the 3rd or 4th safety car we've had. I've lost track, to be honest. Oh, of course, we're going to be here all night. We've only got 12 laps to go here at Monza, but it could feel like 22. Meanwhile, Kiwi leads the field field away for the 4th safety car restart. The first one he's led though. Apex is not hanging back. He's already up into 5th place after getting ahead of Robert Codfather. Is Errol going to try and follow him through this? Dutch Musa on the inside there, 3 wide on the Apex at turn 1. Somehow they follow, or they will make it through without someone ending up in the barrier, or with all 4 wheels on their car. Jutsikev putting Kiwi under pressure now through turn 3, swoops around the outside, might have used a bit of battery to aid him in the overtake, and is able to hold the braking zone. But turn 4, Tootie Boy ahead of Robert Codfather. This is contact. Robert Codfather was spun round after hitting the rear right tyre of the McLaren, falls down to 14th place, but it shouldn't warrant a safety car or a BSC. The last time I said that though, the safety car was deployed for the retirement of the Alfa Romeo of Mason, the 5th retiree from this race. We have survived at least 1 lap of racing though. Liam going wheel to wheel with Tyson to get himself up into 9th place, down the inside of the Alfa Romeo, who's gone deep and wide. This can allow Royal Rumble on the inside. And I thought there was going to be a car in the barriers of Ascari as Dansu gets ahead of Kiwi. They're 3 wide, temporarily going in towards the final corner. The Alfa Romeo on the inside, Adidas swoops around the outside, gives him all the space he needs, and will get up into 11th place as they filter down towards turn 1. Once again, here goes Kiwi on Jansu, the Honda Power AlphaTauri, trying to go down the inside of the McLaren. There might have been contact. I don't think there was though. It could have been just the camera angle. We had beautiful switchback on the exit to try and go around the outside in towards turn 3. You can just about see his front wing alongside the AlphaTauri going in towards turn 4. The McLaren on the grippier soft compound tyres tries to go around the outside, does swoop around the outside, but as he kept the position on exit, here goes Kiwi. He's going to try and go down the inside, backs off of it in the end, settles into 3rd position, but great racing between these two. Finally we get some racing laps here at Monza.
Yeah, which is great to see. And now GNR Kiwi's going to try and defend here from Kanan here, which is actually, speaking of Kanan, this will probably pretty much give him a very good boost to EJM Cool here, who's really done a great job this season, but unfortunately has crashed with Cash Tangle there on the second DRS straight. But now Dutch Musso on Apex now. He's got the move done before Parabolica, and he goes a bit deep as well as Apex here. Erod as well looking behind here. Now DRS is now enabled. Nobody will be looking for the DRS move, but Dutch Musso now will have to defend against Apex Royal here, who's got a lot more ERS than Dutch Musso here. Dutch Musso's going to definitely dive it down the inside on Apex, and as you can see, nice defense there from Dutch Musso. He's going to live another day in 5th position currently, but we've got Erod here who's trying to maybe capitalize, but as you can see, Apex is really having a good speed advantage because Dutch Musso his ERS is less than 10%, so he goes on to a lower ERS level. I believe on none it's all because the power is just so low, or it could be maybe his fuel levels. And now DRS is enabled, so now we'll see a lot of cars with the DRS here. Janzu now will be really nervous here to now have to defend here from Kiwi here, who's really aggressive over the curbs here, really risking his car, giving it everything here to salvage some points for the AlphaTauri team here in the Premier Series. And now through Parabolica, we'll now...
Sorry, but contact between Erod and Tootie Boy. He's gone off into the gravel at the final corner. He's almost kept it, almost hit the Ferrari as he rejoins the circuit. Sorry to interrupt you, but there's now a sandwich with the Alfa Aston Martin in between. Liam trying to go for it on Erod to the inside. They're 3 wide. That's on the grass. Oh no!
What on earth just
The
happened?
two houses have collided after one was forced onto the grass, whether he tried to go for an audacious move on the outside or whether there was not enough room on the left-hand side. Both houses colliding,
Adidas.
one down to 8th, one
Wow.
down to 12th, and Royal Rumble in the middle of it.
Gunther.
Was it Royal or Liam in the middle of it? I can't remember which Aston Martin
not
was in the
sure.
middle. But
Yeah, one of the Hasses.
now Adidas falling down the order. I think he's got wing damage somewhere. No visible damage, but might have a slight knock to the wing. Another victim here at Monza. We know the real life F1 sprint races bring drama. This is another occasion. That's all we need for drama in F1. Introduce a sprint race and you'll certainly receive it. 4 safety cars, 5 retirements, but a few other incidents. Despite that, though, we've had actually some amazing wheel-to-wheel racing.
Yeah,
when we've had green
definitely.
flag running, we've only got 8 laps to go.
Definitely, as now GNR Kiwi will now try and look for a move here on Yanzu. Yanzu has less than 10%, so this will be a very easy move here. As you can see, GNR Q is going to be absolutely happy with this move because he's just got P2 here. At the moment, there's yellow flags on the main straight, and that is the Haas. It's a
He's
first
crashed before
safety
the...
car.
Oh, no. Again. He's crashed
Again.
How'd you crash before the pit lane? Well, no, unfortunately for Aragon, I think he's gone wide. He must have, with the wing damage. Okay, I'm thinking 2 scenarios. A, he's gone wide with wing damage, and he's lost it on the gravel. B, he's raced his teammates into the pits. That's the second scenario. Maybe he tried to get ahead of his teammate going into the pits, but only they will know. 5 safety cars later, 20 laps into this race.
Oh, please don't be 6, please. I beg the F1 gods.
I don't think you... Oh, Lucas with a drive-through.
Penalty for speeding under the safety car, so make sure you don't do that again, Lucas. But he unfortunately can't serve that under safety car conditions, or VSC as well. He's got to serve it during the green flag period, so that is a big bummer as well. But I believe Robert Koffler got a 10-second time penalty for corner cutting, so he must have cut the entire turn 1 there, like Vettel did. But with a reason, because his brakes obviously went. But most people say he did it really nicely. But now, as you can see, Jutsi, the top 3, the top 7 currently now fall into the pit. Liam now takes the lead of this race. Jutsi Kev on the softs, Kiwi's on the softs, Kagan definitely. So all the drivers who are pitting right now will definitely go on the soft tyres here. So now they will have the best grip on the grid here. Some will probably go on the used tyres if they have used soft tyres more than 3 or 4 times, which is definitely never in doubt. So definitely never gonna happen. But anyway, Liam now will lead this Grand Prix and hopefully will get his first win in Gavra Racing here in his Gavra Racing career, and mostly his career in Gavra Racing has been based in the Weekend League, which I've been commentating since season 4, and now we're into double digits of season 10 very soon, if it does go ahead. Yeah, Jutsikev now will try and battle for the win here, but Liam now has got a lot of work to do, because he's now has 6-lap-old medium tyres, and now he's got a full swarm of drivers with fresh soft tyres in their Aston Martin, their Ferrari, Red Bull, Williams, Alpine, but only Robert Koffler, who's recently pit, as well as Liam on the mediums here, so we'll see what will happen. But really unfortunate for Eron, because that was a very, very weird crash, a weird area, to be honest. Natty can definitely say as well.
Yeah, we'll have to get onboard footage to see what happened to the Haas. I don't know why or how it happened, but I think it's fair to say this safety car hasn't exactly been caused by 2 cars crashing, although the reason 1 car crashed was because of an earlier incident between 2 cars going towards turn 1, the 2 Haas teammates, one being squeezed onto the grass going into towards turn 1 and then careering off onto the escape road. But like you were saying, it's going to be a tough job for Liam to keep that lead on 7.5-old mediums, but against, well, at this track, I'd rather be on older tyres at Monza than at a technical track like Spain or China or something.
That's interesting. That's an interesting take on that, see.
Well, as in, it's all pretty much straights. It's like if you're on worn tyres at a technical track, it's definitely going to be a lot harder to keep
Spa.
the position.
Like Spa would be an example, because obviously Spa's got Vegas, because that's got built a lot of straight lines, especially like the final straight, like before the final corner. I'm actually quite interested to see how like the Vegas circuit be laid out in F1 2023, not in 2022, because that's Miami, which will be in around less than a month now. So I'm actually excited to see Miami go ahead. So as now there's a lot of decent going on now on the straight, but I believe we're going to go for safety car going into the pits this lap. I believe something has happened.
No, I'm just hoping that's the last we see of this Mercedes safety car.
As now the safety car in this lap for the final time. I praise.
If we get to lap 24, then it won't come
Liam, for the 4th time out of 5, is going to become the de facto safety car. Tyre some space. What? There's a massive crash. What's happened?
Don't
tell me that's going to extend the safety car.
I don't think the game extends the safety car. I think when it comes in no matter what. But an interesting crash, whether there was lag involved or not, I'm not too sure. Liam leads the field away again. We might as well do another 5 red lights, because that's what it seems. The Aston Martin leads the field from an Alpine. Strap yourselves in, ladies and gentlemen, because this is about to get interesting once again. Kiwi now to the outside of Jutsukev. They're 2 by 2 in the background. The Alpine Jutsukev on the inside as a Ferrari, McLaren on the inside of the Williams. A Red Bull trying to get his way past Dutch Musso. Kiwi now trying to get up into the lead of the race. Liam dropping down from first into second. Jutsukev in third, trying to get past the Aston Martin. Can he find a way through into turn 4? Will be the inside option? Not quite. He's gone a little bit deep. Almost hits the back of the Alfa Romeo. There's the McLaren that makes contact with the Ferrari, who makes contact with the Red Bull in the background. Almost forced onto the grass. They're going to go wheel to wheel into the second Lesmo. There's an Aston Martin on the inside of Adidas. Liam on getting overtaken by Jutsukev. Both mediums not working against the fresh softs. The grid separated by 3 tenths pretty much in between each driver, keeping it fairly clean after the safety car restart. Not too sure what's happened to Robert Cudfather. Maybe he was the one who made contact with Tyson and is pitted for another set of the fresh soft tyres.
Careering across the chicane. Somehow does not get a penalty, but I think that's why, because he kept position. But we've got around 5 laps left in this race now. It's just about to count down to 4, as now GNR Kiwi leading now with 1.1 sec. Please. No.
That's manual.
Please.
It's a manual retirement, so it shouldn't bring out a safety car, thankfully. Jansu going for a move on Liam in towards turn 1. Those mediums really aren't working, even at a track like Monza, where a lot of it is straight line speed. Look how much later on the brakes the McLaren is. Was it too late on the brakes? He just about slows it down. Time the race leader's off. Jutsukev off. He's now down into 8th place. He's lost it on the exit of turn 1. He's now behind Adidas and Tutti Boy, and he's only got 3 laps to work his way back up through the field. Liam now trying to put Jansu under pressure, going down the inside in towards turn 4, just about backs off in the end. The McLaren later on the brakes. The Red Bull of Apex just keeping ahead of Jutsukev. He now drops down to 9th place, but Jutsukev's going to fight back. No, he's not. He's going to tuck in back behind. No, he's not. He's back on the inside of the Red Bull and up into 8th place. Oh no, they're not, because he's cut across the Red Bull. There goes the 50-meter board. There goes the Alpine. The Red Bull retiring. The Alpine stranded in the gravel. Thankfully, we're not going to get another safety car. It's too late into the race for that. We can't get 6. Lap 24 of 27 at a race that's been filled with controversy. Must come to an end shortly. Kane's going to try and end this race ahead of Liam as he goes up into the podium positions. Dutch Musa now on the inside of Liam. This is going to be tight. Oh no. That was close to another airborne collision, but he's going to go wheel to wheel with Tutti Boy on the outside. The McLaren weaving behind the McLaren to try and get the toe. The Tutti Boy on the inside. Liam Cruz has been disqualified. Everyone's going to score points as long as these drivers left. finish this race. Here goes Adidas on the
There's
outside.
9 drivers
Oh
left.
no! Someone's required. Lucas has been disqualified. Dutch Musa on the outside of Liam. Adidas now drops down to 7th place. Jutsikev's pitted for a...
There's
No, he's
10
not. He's lost even more time. We've got 9 finishers left.
There's 10 retirees, 9 drivers left in this race. What on earth? We've had like 5 or 6 retirements
It's going to be a
since
tough...
Castengel and EJM Cool retired. What on earth is going on here?
It's going to be a tough race to digest at the end, and it's not over yet. The battle for the lead won't possibly done. Kiwi, how is Kiwi leading this race? We thought his strategy was over from when he had the 18-second lead and then the safety car came out. Then he pitted again for the other safety car. Now he's back up into the lead of the race. Liam has led 4 safety car restarts, but constantly finds himself in the midfield on worn medium tyres. It's not worked well for the Aston Martin. Here comes Adidas now. He's not actually opting for the slipstream. Maybe he doesn't want to be ahead of the Aston Martin as they go in towards turn 1. Tooty Boy just spawning off the back of Kanan, or is he gaining on the back? I think he might be gaining on the back of the McLaren. We could have a 5-way shootout for 3rd place at the end of this race. But Adidas tucks in right behind Liam's Aston Martin, a white versus a green car, and there's a red Ferrari up in front. Is anyone going to be opportunistic into turn 1? Adidas on the inside. It almost went for the Ferrari. I think saw him coming. He's got a 3-second tyre. Oh no! He's been brake checked. Adidas has been brake checked. He's lost his front wing.
Yeah,
I think Dutch Musa maybe tried to give the Liam's up into Kiwi's winning.
Oh my
Safety
days.
5 red lights are out. I have no idea what's going on.
What? Please, oh please don't retire. Please don't be 11 drivers now. That's too absurd.
Everyone's going to score points as long as they finish. The headline, I don't know what you'd see if this was a newspaper article. What would make the headline? Lucas being disqualified. Kanan on the back of Jansu is caught up to the back of the McLaren. We're going to have to go through everything at the end of the race because I don't know. I'm going to lose everything. Can the Williams get himself ahead of the McLaren? Kiwi is about to round the final corner to start the final lap of the controversial Grand Prix. Can Jansu keep 2nd place? It looks like he will, as long as he doesn't pick up another penalty.
Please don't collide. That's why I literally request. I don't really care if it's an overtake. Just don't collide. I have faith in Kanan to please.
They both
They're
have
side
no
by side.
DRS. One's got DRS going into turn 1.
Jansu
defending the inside. They make light contact. I can't look. I can't look. They go wheel to wheel through turn 3. Colonel Grande for the final time tonight. 19 drivers started, and as it stands, 9 will finish. But what will be the order for the top 3? Kanan now trying to go round the outside. We'll try and get a good run on the McLaren, but look who's joining the fight. Tooty Boy in the other McLaren. Can he upset the Williams party and move himself up into a podium position if it finishes as it is? He will, because Kanan's got a 3-second time penalty at least. They've only got a few more corners to negotiate. Tooty Boy's going to get the DRS. He might get the position. Well, he will get the position on track. Post-race with penalties, but he might want to get it on track as well. Yellow flags, and I think that's Adidas who has dropped. He's kept going with no front wing. Not deciding to pit on the final lap. I guess he's not going to lose many positions. Jansu goes defensive to the inside, going into towards the final corner, but I don't think the Williams is close enough as we ride on board with the AlphaTauri, who has kept it clean all race, and he wins here in Monza and picks up, I think, his 1st win of the season. Jansu comes across the line in 2nd place ahead of Kanan, who finishes ahead of Tooty Boy actually in the end, and Liam will finish in 4th place ahead of the McLaren, who's actually got some penalties to his name. Dutch moves over to 5th, Tooty Boy in 6th, Rumble Codfather ahead of Adidas in 7th with no front wing. Adidas in 8th, sorry, just in 9th. The top 9 all scoring points, but Kiwi coming away with a relatively clean win. Nothing that I remember from my end. He might have had 1 or 2 taps, but if he did, hardly significant compared to what else has gone on.
Oh well, that is one of the most chaotic races I've ever commentated. I'm speechless, and and then just quickly in the chat, have no words. Okay, that's one. Please end this. And then Piero as well saying, "I promise tomorrow's Super League will be clean and exciting." Well, we hope for that, Piero. And then Cryptek saying Pierre Gasly, but thing is, Kiwi's not French. And
I guess he's in an Alpha Tower. Always giving away free copies of the new F1 2022 game. Leaks confirmed.
Yeah, leaks. New Breaking Point Part 2.
Oh, I can't wait.
I'm actually quite curious to see what will happen to that.
Where do we start, though? I think we start by congratulating Kiwi for picking up a win this season here at Monza. Kept his nose clean, nailed the strategy in the wet conditions. That seems so long ago, since when it was raining, and he made that masterful strategy under the safety car to pit for the soft compound tyres. Started 10th, finished in first. Janzi from 12th to 2nd, and Kanan being up the podium. I have a feeling Tootie Boy finished in 3rd place, Piero, if you're watching for the standings. He doesn't have any time penalties, but he has been demoted to 6th place. I'm not sure what's gone on there. It didn't say he had an unserved penalty. It could have been, I think he disconnected. Yeah, he disconnected under the safety car and rejoined, so he would have got the invisible penalty from when you disconnect.
Maybe.
So I think Tootie Boy should make it a McLaren 2-3 on the podium, as Kanan has a 3-second time penalty. To run through the grid, Liam in 4th, Dutch Musso in 5th, Tootie Boy in 6th, Adidas finishing in 7th, ahead of Robert Goodfather in 8th, and Jutsi Kev in 9th. To go through the retirements and inside the top 10, but those who won't be scoring points: Apex in 10th, Royal Rumble, Tyson, Errod, Mason, EGM Cool, Cash Tangle, Nico Zora, Alexander, and Lucas Godey, who got disqualified. Why did he get disqualified? Let's look at the race director.
Yeah, he didn't serve a drive-through penalty.
That will be why.
Yeah, that is the most. I'm kind of getting Belgian 1996 flashbacks right now. But yeah, well done to GNR Kiwi. Absolutely stunning drive from the British driver. Wins it for AlphaTauri. 3 stops there for him, but definitely. But quick, I just counted. Lap 1 is already sums up the entire part. 11 incidents happened in lap 1. But yeah, that is I believe everything. But yeah, absolutely chaotic race. Yeah, that's why I don't enjoy commentating rainy races, because some races take so long because they're safety cars. But obviously, it does happen sometimes. But yeah, one of the most lengthy of races here in Gavra Racing. But yeah, but anyway, tomorrow will be the Super League, aka Tier 1 Super League, where the fastest drivers in Gavra Racing will be racing against each other around Italy here, I believe, for the sprint race and the Grand Prix. So it'll be the exact same thing tomorrow. So yeah, that will be for tomorrow. I think maybe on Friday, maybe some GT Sports, I think, happening.
Not yet. We're just waiting for the game to ideally fix itself. Then we'll get back to some GT7. But to anyone who is still watching or joined a bit late, just going to run you through everything that's happened. So spoiler alert if you want to watch it back. We'll start from lap 1 in terms of the retirements. Alexander and Nico Zora. Alexander had the first retirement, hitting the back of Mercedes under the VSC after I think drivers were given back positions. Nico Zora then got caught up in a collision, I believe, with Apex at the exit of the second Lesmo. The Alpine retired. I think the Red Bull carried on going. He retired right out of the safety car. EGM Cool then crashed with Cash Stengel halfway down the back straight before Ascari. Those two retired, brought out another safety car. After that safety car, Mason retired at the exit of the second Lesmo. I didn't actually see what happened to the Alfa Romeo, but I think he just lost the rear by himself. Errod retired before the pit lane after a collision with his Haas teammate down at turn 1. Whether that was trying to get ahead of his teammate going into the pits, or whether he lost it under traction through the final corner, I don't know. That brought out another safety car. Time some space in the Alfa Romeo, so not a good day for Alfa Romeo. Crashed before they're halfway through Ascari at the end of a safety car. I think this was the fourth safety car, but that didn't bring out another safety car. Royal Rumble retired manually. That didn't bring out the safety car. Apex Royale in the Red Bull crashed somewhere. Where I can't remember. I think that brought out another safety car. And then at the end we had the Ferrari of, was it Dutch Musso, who was under pressure from Adidas into turn 1, made slight contact, cut turn 2, and then it appeared to be brake checking the Haas, who lost the Haas lost his front wing on the penultimate lap of the race. I'm sure the stewards are going to have a nice busy evening tonight.
Yes, they're gonna be very busy. So, yeah.
I think that's everything. I think we've covered everything. That's us. That's all from Italy. Stay tuned for the Super League tomorrow. Next week, we are at a track that I remember the name of, and it's an interesting track because it has. Hang on, bear with me. It's one that's on the F1 calendar. I believe it's in Europe. I'm definitely not trying to find it on my list. It's not in Europe, it's in Jeddah. That should be fun.
Jeddah.
We're at Jeddah for round number 5.
Wow.
I have faith. I think we should leave it there.
Yeah, definitely for next week. I definitely could tell Jeddah will be crazy. I already know, because obviously from the 2021 Jeddah Grand Prix in real life, it was chaotic with a lot of crashes, especially Mick Schumacher. But obviously time tells. Next week, today will be the not the final, 5th round of this World Championship between Premier Series here in Gavra Racing. So thank you everyone for watching this lengthy as well as chaotic stream, because a lot has happened, a bit of a roller coaster ride throughout the stream, but it was still great to commentate today. And still quite tired now because a lot has happened. But yeah, anyway, thank you to all the drivers who took part, especially 20 drivers. So it's a very good sign that everything is slowly going back up to the optimal position. But yeah, thank you everyone who has joined. Thank you Piero and everyone else, and congratulations to the podium participants as well as the winners. And that is Italy done and dusted. We'll definitely have our minds on that one, definitely 100%. But thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you very very soon for hopefully another round of commentary with Nazi next week, or maybe on Wednesday I'll tune in with ND for next week. So thank you everyone.
See you all next time. Goodbye.